Hi fashion lovers, you're welcome to another interesting video. So in today's tutorial we're going to be learning how to sew our overbust corset. So in the previous video we learned how to draft it. So I would have posted this video earlier, but I lost the sewing tutorial of my video and I decided to make another quick sewing video using this fabric, though it's a bit stretchy. So please don't forget to like and share this video if you find this video very interesting. All right, let's go into the sewing. To get started, I have all my patterns that were drafted previously in my last video. As you can see, the back is 3 pieces and the front is 3 pieces. These are the materials I'm going to be making use of. So I have this fabric. I don't know if I should call it a duchess, but it's a bit stretchy. And I have an interfacing hairstay. I have a satin fabric for lining. I have my wadding. This is the lightest wadding, like the lightest one. So for the fabric, I also have boning. For the fabric, you can make use of Ankara or Mikado fabric, crepe, brocade, or damask. You can make use of those fabric. I would advise you don't use a stretchy fabric, so you have a neat finishing. In my own case, I made use of a stretchy fabric. I do not really like the outcome because it's a bit, the fabric was stretchy, even though I attached an interfacing to it. Well, you can use like a fabric that is not stretchy to make this kind of style. So you want to go ahead and cut out your pattern, add all your necessary sewing allowance. So all the allowance I added on the pattern was 0.5 inch, both on the side and the side seam. The center front will be cut on fold. The middle front, the side front will be cut in 2 pieces. So this is the center front, is already cut on fold with my lining, and I added ½ inch all over. This is the middle front. You can see it's cut out in 2 pieces with the lining, so I added ½ inch. And this is the side front, and 2 pieces with my lining and ½ inch all over it. And this is the back part, so I've added ½ inch on all my pattern, both the down part, the hemming, and the upper part and the sides as well. So the next thing is to attach an interfacing, which in my case I'm using an hairstay. So you can use any fusible interfacing of your choice, pepper stay, any type of fusible interfacing you want to use. So I've gone ahead to iron this out, like I've attached my interfacing to the fabric. So this is the lining. I'm going to be working on the lining. So this is the center front and the side, the middle front, and also the side front. So you want to go ahead, attach your middle front to your center front, and then attach the side seam. So the center front, the front is gonna have like 3 pieces, like 6 pieces, sorry. So go ahead and attach the middle front to the center front and then the side front. So you want to go ahead and join the pieces together, following your bust point and under bust. You don't want to mix them up, so you will have like a good result, a better result for your fabric. So you want to join on the under bust and bust point, and also the waistline. Everything should match together. So when I was done sewing, this is what I have. Like I said, I'm working on the lining, so I'll go ahead and iron this out, like iron all my patterns out. This is what I'm doing. So I'm taking my time to film this ironing part. So when you are done, you like place your ball, ironing ball, any type you have, you place it to iron the bustier region out. you iron it out. So when I'm done, this is what I have. So the next thing is to draw a line for our bust caging. For this style, we'll be needing a bust caging style. So I've drawn out the middle, the under bust and the bust point. That is what you see me do. So on the bust point from the center front, you want to come out by 3.5, like half of your nipple to nipple measurement. Mine is 3.5. So from the bust point line, I came out, did you see, by that 3.5, and I'm connecting a curve to the under bust. Did you see what I'm doing? You want to like take it up like this. So like I'm trying to like get the caging, the bust caging line. So let me just trim off the excess that I have on my neckline. Did you see? Trim it off. And then you want to like come down by 0.75 from your neckline. Because of the sewing allowance, you can come down by 1 inch or 0.75. In my own case, I came down by 0.75. So that's going to be my sewing allowance, though my sewing allowance is 0.5, but to be on a safer side, I came down by 0.7. So I've drawn out the first line. So I'm also going to make another line after the bust point. So I didn't know that I did not record when I was drawing out this line, but this is very simple. This is very simple. After making my bust point line, I came down again to make another line, and then I made a straight line in between them. Did you see? I made a straight line in between them. So this is how you're going to place your boning. So I'm using a smaller boning. Like when I showed you the boning, I have like two type of boning. I have the bigger and the smaller one. I didn't know the size of this boning, but I'm using a smaller one for flexibility sake. So you want to like place your boning right like this. Did you see the way I placed it? And you are sewing on one tip of the boning, like on one side of the boning. If you check your boning has like two sides. So I'm sewing on the one side now. Did you see? And I'm trying to like follow that curve that I have made. Did you see? I'm following my curve. Did you see that? And then you want to go ahead and sew. So using a smaller boning or smaller size of boning would help you because of the flexibility of the boning. So it's going to help to sew out that curved part. So you want to like go ahead and sew like this from the neckline. That part you want to like sew till you get to the upper part. Did you see that? So when I'm done, this is what I have. I've sewn the upper part. Then I want to go ahead and sew. I've sewn the down part, sorry. I want to go ahead and sew the neckline. So you want to push the boning inside the other first boning you sewed. Did you see? You push it inside, and then you want to go ahead and sew on one side of the boning. Did you see that? So you push the boning to the one you have made, and then you want to go ahead and sew like this on one side. You want to sew on one side like this. This is me sewing on the neckline after I've sewn the side and the under bust. And then you want to like curve it in like this, and you are sewing to meet the center front. Now I made a straight line on the center front, so I'm gonna be following that line to like sew this boning. Did you see? I don't know, I don't know why. I didn't know that my hand was kind of covering what I was doing, but I hope you will see and understand what I'm doing. So this is me connecting this boning to the center front. Did you see? And then you want to cut it out and push the boning inside the other one. Did you see? And then stitch it down. And then you also want to repeat that for the other side. For the other side of the neckline. From the neckline, you sew through to the middle part of the fabric. Did you see that? So I've gone ahead to like sew to the middle part, like the two side now. Then you want to go ahead and sew on this bust point. Sorry, my thread cut, so I need to like put it. So you want to, so this is me sewing on the bust point now. You fix your boning to, you know, to meet the other one, like you fix it inside and try to stitch it down. And you want to like stretch this out, like you want to stretch this your boning out when you are sewing on the bust point. Did you see what I'm doing? And then you want to like cut it out and fix it inside the other boning to like close it up. Did you see? So it's actually very easy to do this. It's actually very easy to do. So you need to like take your time to on this bust caging to be able to achieve a better result. So after you are done sewing the one side, one end, you want to sew the other end. And as you can see, I have sewn the two ends. I've sewn the two bust points line. So you want to also like make another line from the bust point, like sewing it horizontal. The first one we did, we sewed like vertical on the bust point line. So now we want to sew like horizontally on the bust point. Did you see? You fix your boning on the bust line, that is horizontally now, and then you want to go ahead and sew this part. And as you are sewing, you are stretching out your fabric. You sew on one end and sew on the other end. So this is actually very easy to make. The bust caging is very easy to make, trust me. You just have to take your time. If this is your first time of sewing it, just take your time. And basically this is like the main the main sewing technique for this overbust. Getting your bust caging perfectly well is like the main technique for making your overbust. So you want to cut this out and fix it on the other, you know, boning. So now I've sewn the bust point line. So I have to like attach other bonings horizontally like this. I ended up attaching extra two again. Did you see? You want to like attach another one and attach the third one. So depending on how big your bust is, you can have up to like 4 or 5 horizontal lines. So this is what I have like 1 2 3 4. Did you see? So I want to like go ahead and attach boning on this end. Did you see? On these ends, did you see? You want to attach your boning on that end. So that is how to like cage your bust. So after I was done, this is what I have. So the next thing is to go ahead and sew down that first line that I did. I want to like go ahead and close it. You know, I sewed on one side, so I'll go ahead and, you know, close the second side now. So when I'm done, this is what I have as my bust caging. Very easy and simple. So this is my another boning. This is a bigger side of the boning, so I'm going to place it like this and sew on the seam lines on the center front. This is optional. You can decide not to, you know, add bonings like that. So for me, I decided to add more bonings like this. Did you see? So this is how you place it. So when I sewed on this, I'm gonna also attach my plastic boning inside that boning. So this is the center back. We want to like go ahead and join the center back. So this is the back part, sorry. So this is me trying to like align my center back, my mid back, and my side back. Did you see? So you have like 6 pieces for this. So you have to like, you know, make markings so that when you are sewing, you will not be confused. So this is it. I'll go ahead and join the sides now separately, center back, mid back, and the side back. Did you see? I'll go ahead and sew by the 1/2 inch that I've added. So when I'm done sewing my boning, this is what I have. Did you see? This is what I have. At this point, I needed to iron this out, but unfortunately there was no light. So when I was filming this, there was no light. So it's, and because I was not really ironing this, I did not get the maximum result. So this is me attaching another plastic boning. This is also optional. You can see I stitched the upper parts of this side now, so that when I'm attaching my plastic boning, it will not come out from the boning. Did you see? So I attached our boning to it, and then so this is me trying to like flesh out this part. So you want to like put your wadding. You can use hairstay, you can use any feasible feasible interfacing that you have. So I'm using the lightest wadding. So thank God they brought light and I was able to film this part. So I have to like wait for them to bring the light for me to do this part. So you want to add the wadding to cover up the boning, only the boning that you have made. You want to like go ahead and cover up the boning. Did you see? You want to go ahead and cover up that boning with your wadding, interfacing, whatever. But if you're using a wadding, please use the lightest wadding. Lightest wadding is okay. So you want to go ahead and iron. So did you see that? So this is me trying to like iron this out, and that's it. So I've gone ahead to sew the back parts now. Did you see? So did you see now? I've gone ahead to sew the back part. So I'm going to attach my bonings. Did you see? I'm going to attach one close to the center back to give structure to my eyelet when I'm going to be attaching my eyelets. Did you see? So I'm leaving like a space. So this is how I'm going to be attaching my bonings on it, on the back parts now. Did you see? So you go ahead and sew the side seams. Did you see? So join the side seam to the front part. So before that, I want to like also attach another boning here. Did you see? Want to go ahead and attach another boning like this. So this is optional. You can decide not to, but the more boning you add to your corset is the more structure you have. So most of all those cinched or snatched corset has many boning attached. Some of them has double boning technique, just like what we used earlier. Attach the normal boning and then the plastic boning. So you do, depending on what you want to achieve. So adding more boning to your bustier will give it more structure. So this is me trying to like cut out the boning I'm going to be using for the main fabric. So this is the main fabric. All this while we have been working on the lining. So now this is the main fabric. I've gone ahead to join the front and the back. Join it just the way I did for the lining. So you want to like place this like this. Did you see? So this is how we're going to be placing our bonings. Did you see how the curve is? So you want to like cut out a fabric of about 1.5 or 2 inches. Sew on one end. Did you see? You want to like sew on one end. So when you are done sewing on one end, did you see? I've sewn on one end of the boning. You want to like flip it like this. Did you see what I'm doing? Flip it like this and wrap it around your boning to serve as a casing for your boning. So if you don't want to go through this route, you can use a bias tape to do this. Just add the boning inside your bias tape, and then you go ahead and sew. If you don't want to go through this route, so you are going to place this on your dress now and sew on the two sides of the boning. So you want to go ahead and place it like this. So for the boning I attached on the main fabric, I attached boning only on the side, on the seam lines, only on the seam line. You can choose to attach like more bonings to the fabric, but because I'm not wearing this, so I'm gonna just attach the boning only on the seam lines. So did you see? You want to go ahead and sew all the bonings. So this now, with this, I've joined my bonings on the seam lines. So this is me now matching the front right side of the fabric to the right side of the lining. I'll go ahead and sew this part, the neckline and the armhole. Did you see? You want to go ahead and sew all that parts. So when I'm done sewing, this is what I have. I've sewn the neckline, the armhole side now. So I'll also go ahead and sew the center back. I'll also go ahead and sew the center back like this. Did you see? So the two center back, or the two center back now. So when I'm done, this is what I have. I've turned it to the right side. At this point, there was still no light, so I have to continue my video because I needed to finish up this video. So I've gone ahead to like make a casing for my boning. And did you see me attaching the boning inside the casing? Did you see? So this is me trying to like attach my boning inside the casing that I've done. So at this point, there was no light to iron this out, but then we just have to like continue because I really needed to finish up this video. So when you are done, now we are going to use this boning to attach on the side seam. So you want to fold the upper part like this and then place it on the side seam. So on the side seam, I didn't attach any boning. So this side seam, I'm attaching the boning both on the fabric and the lining now. So this is going to help me to hold down the fabric and the lining together. So this is me attaching on the main, like on the lining and the fabric, that is on the side seam line. Did you see? So you can go ahead and attach boning in between these ones that I've made. So the boning on this fabric is not much, so but for your own, you can decide to attach as many boning as possible. So these stamp parts now, we want to like use a fabric to, you know, cover up the edges. So did you see? Your boning should not get to the down part. You should stop your boning like 0.5 inch or 0.75 inch or before the downside, the side seam on the hemming allowance. So after I was done sewing the down part, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to like add an eyelet to it. So my own take is that if you are sewing this style, if you are sewing this overbust corset, don't use a stretchy fabric, use a more stable fabric, and then iron as you go. So I do not really have light, so I was not able to iron out some parts, but then it still came out so beautiful. So don't forget to like this video. See you in my next video. Bye.